Zay, and today I wanted to react to Something Crazy is Going On with the Sun by Jaymez. He has 387,000 followers, and I love his videos. I watch them all the time, but I decided why not? He just uploaded this one 36 minutes ago. It already has 8,000 views, and I'm about to be a couple of them too. Or one of them, too. Anyways, I love his videos. He always has really crazy takes on like things that are occurring right now in this moment. And I like the theories that he comes up with and the research he does. He's very informative and the way that he goes about, making videos. So, I'm thinking of, you know, just having a whole playlist just dedicated to reacting to only his videos because they're always so interesting. Every time I watch any of them. But anyways, this one's new, so that's why I decided this one would be pretty interesting to start off with for today. Okay, let's get in there.
So get this, a couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine comes up to me and says, James, have you noticed how there's something weird about the sun? And I'm like, no, I haven't. So he says that the sun seems to be rising too early, hotter than usual, and certain farmers are noticing how their sunflowers are not following the sun anymore. So I'm like, okay, let me check this. I go to Reddit and social media and I find hundreds, if not thousands, of videos of people talking about the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not
There
the moon.
were a couple of
The moon is
videos.
above us.
I saw a few videos yesterday, I think, on TikTok that was talking about the sun. Yeah, I guess it is a big thing when you really think about it, yeah.
I don't see. That's there.
What if that's Venus?
And that's not the sun. That can't be the sun.
That was my
because
exact thoughts when I saw the video.
sunset is over there.
I think that's Venus. They're not.
Hey, that's a planet.
The sunset is over there.
Mommy, that's a planet.
And the moon is up
It has to be
here.
a planet, right?
So that must be a planet.
I mean, that's the sun, but it looks kind of weird and it's setting in a different
Maybe it's an asteroid. I'm just kidding. Ever seen Don't Look Up? I'm recommending you to now.
place, but that's just a coincidence or maybe she's mistaken, right?
I absolutely hate videos like this, but I am going for my morning freaking walk, and I have got to be tripping here, dog. I gotta be tripping.
What you
Every
tripping on?
morning I go for a walk, and every morning the sun glare is in the same freaking spot. Blinds me right from that direction. So tell me why the sun is over here. Why the hell is the sun over here?
Is it hot? It's,
When it
what
should
am I
be
asking? Is the sun,
over
like, coming
here.
off of that direction?
What?
Two suns,
So we
eh?
got a couple of people noticing the same thing about the sun. But looking for more of this, it's not just the sun setting in a different place.
If the sunset way over there.
I watched a thing. Oh my god, my stupid ad. Okay, I watched a thing not so long ago that was describing how a certain planet, always comes out every couple thousand years, and we're in that period right now, and we just don't realize it. Something like that, and then they said a bunch of things. This is completely conspiracy theoretical. It's not real, but they said that a bunch of like creatures from that planet usually comes to our planet and then talk to us, recreate with us, and all that other stuff. So maybe that's what that is, and that's their planet that we're seeing. So I don't know. What if they actually did have some? What if they were right? Because at the time when I watched that video, they said this is going to start happening. You're going to start to see a planet in the sky, and it happens every morning, and then it's just going to be there, and that's the planet, and they're coming closer, and they're going to like swap over to our planet and start hanging out with us or whatever. I'm kidding when I say hanging out. They're gonna start like stomping on us and stuff. But that's the idea. That it's other beings on another planet that are supposed to come to ours eventually or something like that. Complete conspiracy theory. It sounds fun. It sounds like a fun little idea. If it's a real thing, who knows? So let's suspend our beliefs, why don't we? Whether we actually believe in these things or not. I think it's funner to have, some kind of belief in it while you're watching it, and then afterwards be like, well, that was completely fun. just to watch, you know. Doesn't matter if it's real to you or not. It's just fun to believe that it is real. But anyways, yeah. I think it's interesting. So.
What is this? Like, what is that?
People were noticing several
I think it's a
glitches
planet.
that they
I'm
could
being
not
honest,
explain.
though. I do think it's a
So I
planet.
don't know if it's like electromagnetic energy coming at us right now, being pulsed. That is so weird.
Y'all, it's what, 7:25, something like that? The sun's supposed to go down.
That ain't the sun, girl.
Why is it even looking like this and up this high?
Look
The
at
sun
this.
don't look like that.
I don't know.
Something is
That looks
seriously
awesome.
up
Okay.
with the sun. The sun is coming up way too early, and it is setting way too late. Who else is noticing
That
this?
is true.
So in the month of June, we got a lot of people
Okay.
noticing how the sun.
It is setting so late. Like, I was just talking to my friend earlier. I was like, I know it's summer. I guess, you know, the sun does whatever the heck it wants. I literally just said that because it was 8 p.m. and I was like, dude, yeah, we can big chill until like 8 p.m. That's when the sun starts to go down. And then we can worry, cuz like at 7 was when I was like we should drop each other off and, you know, hang out and up until 7. Like, that was my exact things that I just said to my friends literally like 2 hours ago, because it's 10 right now. Like, that's insane when I realize how connected all this stuff actually is. Yeah, it's going down so late, but I think it's a summer thing. Maybe. I don't know. Is it always this weird during summer?
The sun was acting weird.
What am I seeing? It was like oh my God, what was that?
Oh, what's that sound?
And then we got farmers.
Was it
Tell me
music,
what
perhaps?
you think about this.
Okay.
Can you see those sunflowers?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Sunflowers have a thing called heliotropism. They face the sun and curve their face towards the sun every day, all day, every hour, to absorb the sun.
Yeah.
Can you see there?
That's the sun.
Yeah,
They're not facing it.
yeah, they got their face turned away from the sun here.
Okay, so that's really weird, but still, what he says next
That
is
is weird.
even weirder.
I don't know what's causing that, but I'm inclined to say that the very people that took down my videos also might be responsible for this.
Wait a minute. So it seems that the original video was actually deleted. Why would this happen? I mean, he's talking about sunflowers. So digging deeper into this, I actually found out that there's a huge rabbit hole, and a very scary one. It involves China's fake sun, and this would explain the sunflowers. It also involves this crazy theory that there's something hiding behind our sun causing these anomalies. And there's also people suggesting that CERN broke the simulation that we're living in. But nothing is as scary as the Mars theory. The theory that Mars was once the moon of a larger planet that was destroyed by something
We
that
told
came
you
from
not to
outside of our
turn it
solar
on, and you
system.
messed up our
And some
entire
suggest
simulation.
that whatever this thing is, it's coming back. So let's try to find out what's really going on. And let's start with the basic. And that would be the videos of these anomalies people are seeing.
There's a commercial every 20 seconds. Just bear with me, guys. Okay, skip that.
Okay, so we got a few anomalies going on with the sun. And most of them are on the month of June or May. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Then we got
2
this
months ago.
video in March, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah, it was 2 months ago.
So I'm out here at the farm scouting for turkeys, and it's like between 6:55 and 7 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, I'm just gonna take a good video. The sky's really pretty. The farm looks really pretty.
Sure.
And as I'm taking this video, the sky done something weird, like it glitched. And I wasn't looking through the phone, like I was scanning the field, and I was like looking at the field, and I seen the sky do it.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, what the world? And I stopped the video, and I went back, and my phone caught it. I don't know what it is.
Okay, so this is really wild.
That's
Let's check
awesome.
this out.
It's
I wanna see
weird,
it.
for sure. I'll show you guys a video. Check it out. Tell me what you think. It's kind of weird.
That's normal. Oh.
Okay, I saw that.
Yeah, I did.
What the heck is that? Let's take a look at it again.
It looks like it dimmed.
That was really quick. It's like some sort of sunburst, and if he saw it with his own eyes, that's not a camera glitch or anything like that. It's kind of weird, isn't it? Let's check for solar flares. Maybe that would explain, but
See, I think it makes sense too. Because sometimes I'm pretty sure this is a normal occurrence with most people, but like, aren't you just ever outside and then, I don't know, where it just gets black and then it turns right back to normal again? That has happened so many times to me. And I'm like, did a giant bird just go over the sun? For like one split second, even though it is bright out here. It is bright baby blue, and there was no clouds to be seen in the sky. I'm just crazy. You know, that's my thoughts. Every single time it happens, I'm like, well, my favorite thought usually is a giant bird just crossed over the sun. And I can't see it because I'm not looking hard enough or something like that. Like, that's my main thought. I'm usually like, it's a giant bird that I can't see right now. But that makes no sense in reality, of course. You know, that's just my brain trying to make up for just trying to put something in place. Be like, this is why that happened. It's not an actual glitch or anything, it's this. And I'm pretty sure that I only get that idea because I actually did see a giant bird when I was younger, and it made the sky turn so dark when it went over my house. And my mom was like, get inside, because that giant bird is going to get you. You're a kid and you're tiny already, so you're just going to get grabbed up by it and taken off into the wind. And ever since then, I've always associated like giant birds with the sun darkening randomly in the middle of the day, because that's when it happened to me that time, a long time ago. So long ago. I was like 5 or 6 or something when that happened. I don't even know what kind of bird it was. I just know it was giant to me. I was like, it's a giant bird! And my mom was like, get inside the house, because I was just standing outside of our house. And yeah, so I don't know. It's that's what my mind always flips back to, and then I use that every single time as an excuse for why the sun is doing that. But I don't actually know why. Why it just gets randomly dark in the middle of the day, and maybe that's what's actually happening. He finally caught it on camera. It's the sun dimming or something? Like, what is that? It's like glitching. And he actually caught it. If this is a real video, you know? It could be a fake video. He could just be lying. But we don't know any of that, so that's all assumptions, and it doesn't matter. Either way, interesting ideas.
Before doing that, let's take a look at the comments. Posted by Log Cabin Chad. I work outdoors 8+ hours a day, so I always have a clear view of the sky. I've seen this happen 3 to 4 times a month for the last 2 months. I'm glad to know I'm not the only one seeing this. This is kind of weird. You got more people seeing the same thing. Let's take...
Yeah, and I also seen it like 2 weeks ago. I seen it like 2 weeks ago happen. See, I work as a teacher, so I'm outside a lot more than I used to be when I didn't have this job. I am outside every single day because we have recess with the kiddos. And I was like, did that just happen? You know, like I looked up because we're in the middle of a field. And it's beautiful blue out there, okay? There is no clouds in that sky. And then it just got darker for like 1 split second, and I look up and I'm like, a bird maybe. Whatever. That's my thoughts always. It's always a freaking bird, which makes no sense. But, like I already said, kid brain, kid things just kind of hit back into your brain just to make an excuse. But yeah, same. This happens a lot. This.
Another person says, that's a sun simulator glitching. Solid catch. Eric says, sun simulator. Okay, so a sun simulator. My God,
Artificial sun.
Chinese artificial sun sets a record towards fusion power generation. China's artificial sun sets new record with dual temperatures exceeding 100 million degrees Celsius. What? Okay, so if they have a fake sun, they could maybe send it to space. But I don't see why anyone would do that. Unless, of course, there's something wrong with our sun and it needs to be replaced.
What's wrong
The
with
sun
our
is
sun?
likely to cool down in the next 30 years, causing a mini ice age on Earth. Huh. Now that would be a good reason maybe to set up an artificial sun.
Why is the sun cooling? I thought they said it was supposed to explode. And they say it's cooling now? What? How does this make any sense? I'm so confused. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's true. But whatever. So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what I believe, I guess. Just, I don't know if it's true. Needs to back that up with some more factual information. One day I'll look into it. Right now, I don't care enough to actually look into it. But either way, there's a two-way stand here. Either it's cooling, or it's going to get so hot it explodes the Earth. Whatever one, yeah.
6. Rewind 15 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8.
What in the world? Why are they so happy? They're so happy. What's wrong with these people?
So looking for more
What is
videos
going
of
on
this
here?
fake sun being sent to space, I found none. The first one was obviously in the US, it was a rocket launch. So I'm guessing there's no evidence of a fake sun in the sky
Of
for now.
course not.
Or is there? Let's check for solar flares.
There is so many
Oh
solar
wow,
flares.
on March 28th, March 29th, then he uploaded his video. But wait a minute, can we actually see solar flares with the naked eye?
Can we?
No, you cannot see solar flares with the naked eye. So either the solar flare was much stronger than they're saying, or there's something else going on here. But before going into some of these theories, let's continue looking
I
for
feel
more
like they're
anomalies.
very-
Okay, so found this one in
they're very
2024.
big, they just
Two
don't
suns
realize
or a
how
glitch in the
big.
matrix. Let's take a look at this. Could it be a reflection of the sun in the glass? I don't think so, because
No.
look, he's moving the camera and it's not moving together with the camera, so it's not a reflection. I'm guessing this is a sundog. Let's take a look at this. It's called a parhelion. Looking at most of the else that we're missing here. On May 31st, Bulldog Mom 82 posted this video in North Carolina.
Another commercial. Okay, the sun's not too bad.
When a migraine strikes and I've taken a trip down, side effects like
That's gonna be me
dizziness can throw
tomorrow.
me off.
That's the sun, right?
Jordan, I ain't never seen nothing like that. Have you? Is that the moon? That is wild.
It seems like there's an outline around the sun.
Yeah, that sun is weird.
The end of the video, it kind of looks square-shaped, but I could be wrong.
You saying we entered Minecraft?
This is one weird video, and I'm guessing seeing this in person is really much weirder. But wait. Hazy skies, red sunrises and sunsets in North Carolina this weekend due to Canadian wildfires. So that actually explains the red sun, but it doesn't explain the other anomalies that we've seen.
It doesn't
and it
explain
also
two
doesn't
suns?
explain this one.
Is seriously up with the sun. The sun is coming up way too early, and it is setting way too late. Who else is noticing this? Just watch this
It
video
is
I
setting
took.
super late.
Check this out. It is 5:50 in the morning, all right? And look how bright it is outside. It was bright earlier than this. I just videoed it.
When the sun's coming out.
So I took that video on May 26th at 5:50 in the morning. Now it says the sun rose at 5:58 on the 26th in Cleveland. Nope. What's even more interesting is they're saying the sun set at 8:49. It was after 9. I don't know if this is because of daylight savings or because of the solar eclipse, but I 1,000% remember last year taking my kids to school this time of year, and the sun wasn't even up till 7:30. I feel like we're off a complete hour and a half. Something is not right here, people. Please let me know your thoughts.
He is not the only one talking about this, and this is kind of weird. And we have farmers talking about how sunflowers are not following the sun anymore.
And for some reason, they don't like the sun. I don't know what's causing that.
But wait, it gets weirder. Other people are noticing that cows and animals do not want to stay in the sun anymore.
I've been living here a minute. There's probably 8 or 10 cows clustered.
That's weird.
Thought it was weird the other day, but like, it's not even hot here yet. It's not even hot. Look at them
It's
all.
not our sun.
Yeah, they seem scared, like they don't want to be in the sun.
And the babies are under the back tree. Look at them.
So this video was recorded just after the eclipse in 2024. Wait a minute, I remember something about this eclipse. It's coming from
Yeah, I
Mayan
remember the
princess
eclipse,
in Massachusetts.
I didn't see it. I think I was doing a test at the time.
So she used a welding mask to view the eclipse.
I don't know why that's happening right now. I'm using a welding mask.
What? What is going on?
Okay.
What is happening right now? I'm just putting my phone on the welding mask, so I don't know if it's like electromagnetic energy coming at us right now, being pulsed.
That's weird.
So weird.
It is.
Pulsing energy at us?
I suppose it makes sense.
I am so confused.
And then you got a post by Jason Wild on July 1st, and he says something is wrong with the sun. You can feel it, don't lie. It didn't used to hurt like this. 5 minutes in direct sunlight and it feels like you're being scorched, not warmed. It's not the same sun we grew up under. So it seems that there's a lot of people noticing the same thing about the sun. But the real question here is, what is going on? Are we looking at a fake sun? Are we looking at a planetary system approaching ours? Are we looking at the simulation glitching? So let's find out. So this was posted on April 3rd, and it kind of...
It's not even normal hot. Like, it's weird hot. Like, it feels... It's so weird. And it gives me a headache. Oh my gosh, it's so...
Explains the sun simulator theory very well. Let's take a look at this.
I don't know if you knew about this, but our sun is actually artificial. Let me give you a breakdown before I explain what you're witnessing so you have a better understanding. The main light source is a xenon arc lamp, complemented by 16 LED lights, UV lights, and infrared. These light sources are directed by a series of specially chosen lenses, mirrors, and reflectors, all housed in a special framework. This setup acts like a camera lens, controlling how light escapes to mimic sunlight. Think of it like a rainbow forming when sunlight passes through a window. The light splits into its colors or wavelengths. This artificial sun takes it a step further, with mirrors finely adjusting each color's brightness, just like how photographers use different camera settings. Finally, this not so carefully crafted light is projected as an image of the disk shape onto the sky, resembling our sun. It's similar to using a convex lens to focus light from an object to create a clear image on a surface. This complete system allows the artificial sun to light up the sky, just like a lamp would do. Now, this is what you call an somewhat the alignment. This the disc-shaped object that's creating that sunlight image is supposed to come down with it, just like in this video. You should see the disc coming down with the artificial light. That's how it should look. Anyways, hopefully this helped explain what you saw. I know it sounds crazy, but our space has the documentation in their website called Illumination System, including a virtual light source.
What?
Everything I just said came from that patent.
What? Oh my gosh, that was actually easy to find.
You worked
He's
hard
like,
to
"Oh, I
cross
think
that
this
finish
search
line.
it up."
Now it's time to celebrate those memories. At Michael's, we help you preserve your
Crazy.
keepsake.
This is insane.
It's from 1966?
Oh,
Oh my gosh, there are
This
actually
whole
no
time?
patents for solar simulators. Why would someone want to replace the sun? This is
I have
another
no idea.
patent.
to have control
It's
of
pretty similar
people?
to what he was talking about.
And how much
Let's see if we
time
can
might
find
take
any
it.
more evidence on this.
Now, I got something to ask you. When the have you ever seen a sunflower turn away from the sun? You got here a whole field of sunflowers turning away from what is supposed to be the sun.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. It's the second video I see of something like this. I mean, sunflowers, the older they get, they do tend to not look at the sun or follow the sun anymore. But all of the sunflowers in one field not looking at it or not pointing at it, that's kind of weird. Let's see what else we can find.
You guys are gonna think I'm nuts, but watch this. What is that? That's not a lens flare, there's the sun. What is that? There's a lens flare moving.
Yeah, the lens flare is moving, the green thing, yeah.
So
The green
please
dot.
do tell, enlighten me, people. What is that?
Wait, she's talking about the yellow dot.
The clouds to clear.
Oh my god.
What is that?
The sun's
I
moving
can see
so
that.
fast through the sky.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that just weird in general?
That is wild.
Maybe that's our original sun being reflected onto that.
Again, the same thing in another
Oh, it
video.
could be the
Something
fake
that I've noticed
sun.
in most of these videos is that it's either a very polluted place or it's a cloudy day. So this would mean that this is most likely not a second sun, like a fake one, or another planet or anything like that. This doesn't explain the sunset anomaly, the sun rising and setting in different places and time. It also does not explain several of the other anomalies. So this leaves us with two theories.
What?
One is that CERN may have opened up a portal at some time and we're seeing glitches in the simulation. Another one is the Mars theory, very well explained by the Y-Files. You can watch the full video in his channel. Check this out.
Millions of years ago, a massive planet called Maldek was part of our solar system. Maldek had an enormous moon that could support life. It was warm, it had oceans and an atmosphere. And on that moon, a civilization of giants built pyramids, monuments, and great cities. They created intelligent machines to mine Maldek for resources. But the machines evolved, turned on their masters, and claimed Maldek for themselves. A devastating war
You mean
lasted
kind of like what's about to happen
generations.
here?
Finally, the giants built a weapon powerful enough to destroy all the machines. The weapon worked. Weapon worked.
They were giants. I don't know if you remember what I said about in the very beginning of this seeing the sun thing, but where they said they saw like a planet that was supposed to come up in the mornings, and it's supposed to show up in the mornings, and then it starts to start getting stronger and bigger into this in the sky, and that means it's getting closest toward us. The creatures that are on that planet are supposed to be giants, and they're supposed to come down here, and of course smush us and stomp us all to death, and like retake over their planet. This is originally their planet, of course. But yeah, he's basically saying exactly what that other person said. So that's kind of crazy.
Too well. The explosion destroyed Maldek. With their planet shattered into a billion pieces, the giant's moon was adrift. Soon the atmosphere vanished, the oceans froze, and the surface turned to dust. Their civilization collapsed.
Was it like part of their planet?
We don't know
just
what the
came
giants
floating
called their
this
moon,
way?
but we have a name for it. We call it Mars.
Seems a bit far-fetched and maybe something out of a Star Wars movie, but he gives out details on how this thing actually happened.
2022, actor Terrence Howard appeared on the Joe Rogan Experience and said something that made mainstream scientists very uncomfortable. To explain how planets form, NASA teaches the accretion model. After a star forms, leftover dust and gas start clumping together. These clumps, called planetesimals, gradually collect more and more material, like snowballs rolling down a hill. Eventually, they become planets. Sounds reasonable?
Yeah.
That's what we were taught in school. But there are serious problems.
So right now he goes on to explain how several anomalies in our solar system cannot be explained by the current model that we learn in schools. But there is another model, one that explains Mars and many other anomalies.
But astronomers keep finding what they call hot Jupiters. These are massive gas giants orbiting closer to their stars than Mercury orbits our sun. According to NASA's model, they shouldn't exist. Dr. Tom Van Flandern spent 20 years at the U.S. Naval Observatory calculating planetary orbits. He saw these contradictions firsthand. The accretion model couldn't explain what he was seeing in the data. So Van Flandern proposed something radical. The planets didn't form from dust. They didn't form from orbiting the sun. They formed inside it. And when the sun thought they were ready, those planets were born.
In this other model, planets are not formed out of dust. They're actually formed from within the sun. In early stages of the universe, the sun has too much mass and too much energy, so it has to get rid of some of that. While it's spinning in the universe, it starts spitting plasma around it. And when this plasma solidifies, it becomes the planets. And this is one of the reasons all planets are usually aligned perfectly around their sun. But there's something about Mars that just doesn't add up.
Van Flandern noticed something else. Planets seem to be born in pairs. Earth and Venus are nearly identical in size. Jupiter and Saturn are both gas giants. Even their positions follow a pattern. Their orbits have specific ratios to each other.
Okay.
The math works. But some planets in our solar system don't have partners. Mercury's orbit is all wrong. Pluto acts more like a captured moon than a planet or planetoid. And then there's Mars. Mars was the real problem. Too small. Wrong orbit. Wrong density. It didn't match any pattern Van Flandern could find. That's when Van Flandern made a bold conclusion. Mars wasn't a planet that failed to follow the rules. It was a moon.
So the theory goes that Mars was actually the moon of a larger planet in our galaxy. Something swooshed by and destroyed it, becoming the asteroid belt. Mars is still there, but its orbit is wrong, and many of the other planets in our galaxy's orbit is wrong too. And this most likely happened after this thing swooshed by. But when it comes to this bizarre theory, there's more.
You mean that giant
a German
asteroid that
mathematician
hit
named
and
Johann
killed a bunch of
Titius
dinosaurs
was
in
playing
back in
with
the days?
numbers when he noticed
You think
something
that
strange
could've
about our
done it?
solar system. The planets weren't randomly scattered. They followed a mathematical pattern. That sequence perfectly predicts the orbits of Mercury, Venus.
Okay, commercial break.
Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, right where the math said they would be. But the formula predicted something else.
What?
Between Mars and Jupiter, at exactly 2.8 astronomical units from the Sun, there should be another planet.
So that would be Maldak. But the question is, if there was something there, what really happened?
He found something disturbing. The Martian surface had unusual concentrations of xenon 129.
Which is?
But here on Earth, that isotope comes from exactly one source: nuclear fission. Not volcanic activity, not cosmic radiation, nuclear explosions. The concentrations were highest in two locations: Cydonia, where the face of Mars sits, and in a region called Galaxious Chaos.
So this is quite interesting. Either a civilization exploited the planet for some reason, such as robots or AI, or...
Imagine this. We exploded the planet, and we did it in the future. Like, imagine that as the scenario. Would that make any sense in that context? No, probably not. But it's fun to think about because, boom. Like, imagine them, like, us in the future, we're actually aliens. We come back and we go there. We're fighting wars. Some of us are literally connected into AI, like we're one with AI and human at the same time. Then there's other people who are only AI. And they aren't actually even physical human beings. And then there's normal human beings. So there's like 3 different ones of us. And all of us are fighting amongst ourselves. If they have any humanity in them, they would be fighting amongst themselves. Humans, that's what we do best. We start wars and fight. So, all 3 of them are fighting amongst themselves. And that's a lot of people butting heads at once. And a lot of them aren't even the same species. So, if we just can't get along with races right now, imagine our subspecies getting crazy with each other. They would destroy an entire planet for Sure. That is 1000% a for sure thing that would happen. I see that happening, and I do see it happening as a possibility in our future. People don't like freedom for others if it's something that goes against their beliefs or something that they don't like, whatever. Especially in today's society, I know. So I'm thinking, what if that occurred on that planet and it was actually us, like us humans, and then now they're rerunning the system, and that's also us right now. Like that's us right now in this moment where they're rerunning it to see what went wrong, how we could fix it before it, gets to that station of where just like destroying Mars, an entire planet. Maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking crazy. Fun ideas though. What if Mars is our old planet and then we're just a simulation on this planet? Figure we're physically here, but we're being reran in through the system to see what was the problem that happened before. Like what was the issue that caused all of this war between one another and what it causes to explode Mars. People want to go to Mars right now. They want to go there. So imagine that. Like what if that is a scenario that's taking place? We're just like a simulation run through and they're trying to simulate it to see what happened. Why did, Mars end up the way that it ended up? How can we fix our problems so we don't do that again? But the nice saying, history repeats itself, is going to repeat itself because no matter what, we're still all humans. Humans we're gonna make some mistakes, and a lot of them. And war is definitely one of them. People like doing that a lot because they're greedy and they want power and they want riches and they want more. All those things add up to, just wanting more. Which I see only bad things coming from it. There's no helping that. These are little conspiracy theories that I just made up on the spot because I think they might be interesting.
Something swooshed by pretty quick, and this would explain why certain orbits like Mars and other planets in our galaxy cannot be explained, except by the idea of a huge object swooshing by our galaxy from time to time and creating chaos and changing everything. But if this is what really happened, it might happen again. What we're looking at right now, these anomalies with the sun, may actually be a sign that whatever this thing is, it may be getting closer. But again, this is just one theory. The other theory would be CERN, opening up a portal and messing up with our reality or simulation. 2 years ago, Z Media uploaded this video of Dr. Astrid Stuckelberger talking about how CERN was opening portals. Checking out her name, it appears as if she is a scientist and writer at the Institute of Global Health, University of Geneva. So, yeah, she should be someone who knows a lot.
Portals coming in and out. It's physicists from the CERN who told me this.
They've testified to beings coming in and out of portals.
Yes, they have apparently in the bottom of the CERN this portal, this door where they are dealing with all the subatomic dimensions. They say there are 17 different dimensions of reality.
So because of these supposed portals that are being opened by CERN, many people think that this is somewhat meddling with the dimensions and realities that we live in, causing these things. So what do you think? Maybe this is all just a coincidence. It's pretty far-fetched, I know. Or do we have a fake sun, an artificial sun, replacing ours? Whatever destroyed Maldek, is it coming back to haunt us? Or did CERN alter our reality? I'm inclined to think that the answer is simpler than we imagine. Leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and I'll see you guys this week.
Can we give snaps for James? Let's give snaps for James. That was an amazing video, and I enjoyed it. Always has some crazy videos coming out too, so I love him so much, Very crazy. Wow, the sun. Yeah, I have been seeing videos talking about that. I'm kind of happy I got to see an entire video on that and do a reaction to it. because this is a very interesting phenomenon. I know it's kind of hard for people to suspend their beliefs and have fun for a couple of minutes, but whatever. Reality is kind of hard, so it's a little fun to just think about things like this instead of being so stuck in our reality and our reactions to it. Anyways, let's get back to the meaty and the greedy. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. And if you have any recommendations for me for a next reaction that I should do, please leave it in the comments. What did you think about any of this video? Anything about the red sun? Do you know anything about that theory about like giants living on another planet and then them coming to ours or something like that? Do you know anything about any of the things that were referenced inside of James's video? Did you like this video? Would you like to see more content like this? Thank you. And goodbye!